Hello, welcome to Brockwell Lane, and this is part 2 of my review of the Heljan 1366 class. Last time we showed it you, it was an unboxing video, and I had some criticisms of some of the details and the colour and so on. So I said I was going to do it up in my usual style, so here she is, entering the platform. Now you'll notice that the green is different to how it was. It's much closer to the locomotive behind it. That's because I've repainted the whole thing. This is Precision Paints Brunswick green I've used. I think it's actually a BR green, but that's close enough for me. I don't think there was a lot of difference, and it's still better than what Heljan had applied. Just brush painted, that is. And then I've put transfers on from HMRS, which are the press fix ones, which are the ones I use on all my Great Western models. And I've also fitted etched plates. These are from Model Masters 1366. I kept it the same one. There's a crew in the cab, which is from Bachmann. There's springside lamps, Great Western red style, which I've glued on the front there. Now I've also removed the black, what is it called? Is it etching? Like a black coating on the metal slide bars. That was actually quite easy to do. With a fibre pen and a knife it pretty much scraped off. It was a little bit fiddly around the bolts and nuts and things, but I much prefer that as it is now. So turning the locomotive around, you can see I've done the same on the other side. I've also added a bucket onto one of those hangers on the back, which is very tight to get it on. It's I think they're plastic, so they're likely to break at some point. But I hope you agree, it looks a lot better than it did when it came out of the factory. Now if you remember last time, I didn't like the raised plastic frame around the where the plates would be, and I managed to cut the edge away, although there is still a raised section, and those plates are not flush against the body side. They're sitting on top of those raised plastic area, which is not ideal, but you can't really see once those are fixed in place. Another thing I noticed when I was repainting it is these handrails are not metal, they are plastic. And that one in particular isn't actually fixed to anything, so it wobbled around. It probably doesn't now because it's had a layer of paint on it, but that's not a very good selling point for this model. They're very delicate. It does, however, run extremely well. I'm very impressed with the way it runs. The chassis seems very rigid. There's not much play in the the wheels. There's no springing or anything. I don't know. I know there isn't in most models, but it seems more rigid than most. Just an observation. I don't know what that means really. It's possible if you got bad tracks it might derail, but to be honest, I haven't had any trouble with this one. So a couple of people asked me, is it worth the asking price? Well, I do like the engine now. I had a great lot of fun doing it, but then I do like the class, and I'm a Great Western fan, and I've been wanting one of these for a while. But the honest answer is it's not worth what they're asking for it. If it was 85, I'd say yes, go and get one. 90, yeah, still worth it. 100, that's a bit much. But anything over that, really, it's a lot to ask for a model with quite a few faults on it as it comes out the box. Now I was going to get a black one of these when I first heard they were coming out, but the price in particular has put me off. I don't think I'll be getting another one. Not unless the prices drop, and that is a possibility. Heljans do have offers, so you know, if you're umming and ahhing about one of these, I would probably say wait until the price comes down. You know, hopefully in a year's time, Heljans and Rails and people like that will be selling them off for, you know, 95 quid, something like that maybe. That's a more reasonable price for this model as it is. Because of course Heljan, by putting the price so high, they're saying this is the best little tank engine you can get, and I'm afraid it just isn't, because that is the Hornby Peckett. So tell me what you think, whether it looks any better. There's a little detail there as well. That was actually in the pack. That's a shovel. That was quite a nice little thing to add, but they are flimsy plastic, I'm afraid. KDs have been fitted to this as well. So thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe, comment below, and I'll see you next time. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.